Hi, this is Sweet June. I'm back. I'm doing a continuation of the video where I was talking about the exploitation of black women and horrible stereotypes depicted on television. I got cut off, so I got to finish my thought, what I was saying about that. Um, these images are very detrimental to black women. They're very, very detrimental. Like I said, we don't get the luxury, us as black women, we don't get the luxury of being judged as individuals. White women get stereotyped too, but the difference is that um, they don't get judged as a whole. They get the luxury of being judged as individuals, and those stereotypes are not detrimental to um, their life. Those stereotypes. Um, I mean, now you might have a sexist jerk on a job or something, maybe here and there. That's sexist, um, but I'm talking about racial stereotypes. Not really talking about sexism, but I'm talking about racial stereotypes. Um, Black women are very negatively affected. We could be so affected to the point to where it can affect our near livelihood, our mere livelihood. Um, People see these images on television and they attach all black women to those horrible negative images and depictions and stuff. And it's very detrimental, even to the point to where the thousands of black men on YouTube that love to continually bash black women, that gives them something else to talk about. And they are just as bad, if not worse, than the white people. They'll lump us all in the same group, and they see a show like that, and they'll, you know, attach that label to all of us, and it's very detrimental to us. And it's bad enough that we have a lot of our men talking negative about us, and that's another horrible um, terrible thing that we have to endure. In other races, like I said, they look at those images and they look at those shows, and then they think that we're all like that, and it can cause us to be discriminated, particularly in the workforce. It's very detrimental, and um, black women have a responsibility. They have a responsibility to not accept these types of roles, to not let um, these producers, because like I said, the producers, somebody said something about I'm letting the producers off the hook. No, I'm not letting them off the hook. For the record, I'm not letting them off the hook. It's just yeah, they're greedy. They're greedy. I mean, that goes without saying. And no, it's not right. But at the end of the day, I mean, they've been doing that since the beginning of time. They've been exploiting us like that since the beginning of time. But we have to put our foot down. It's our responsibility to put our foot down and protect ourselves and not allow them to put these horrible negative images about us like this. It's our responsibility. At the end of the day, people are only going to do what you allow them to do, and they're doing it because they want to make money. They want to make a fast buck, but it's at all black women's expense. We all get lumped into the same horrible stereotypical box, and there is no way that a show like this, um, uh, side chicks of it's not Atlanta, it's something. There's no way in the world that black women should be depicted like this. It's horrible. It's just like that show Scandal. I never watched it, but it's interesting because there were black men on YouTube stereotyping us, saying that all black women like to watch that show, And that was one show that I did not like to watch, and I never watched it. But that was another stereotype, that negative stereotype that they had about us. And they said that all black women like to watch Scandal. No, I was never into Scandal. For one thing, I don't do politics. And another thing, um, it was about adultery and in politics. So, and then it had a black woman in there, and it portrayed her very negatively, you know. And as usual, they thought that all of us black women were rooting for that, because they think that all black women applaud interracial relationships between black women and white men, no matter what context that they're in. I mean, at the end of the day, adultery is adultery. I don't care what color. It's in God's eyes, it's wrong. So I was never into that show, and so I'm sure there's a lot of black women that don't watch that show. So that was just another stereotype that they had about us, that we all like to watch Scandal. Ridiculous and ignorant, you know. But it's just that we all get judged as a whole. We don't get the opportunity to um, be judged as individuals. And they look at us black women, and they look at those images on TV, and then they attach all of us to that negative, horrible stereotype. And then it could cause us, it's very detrimental to the point to where we can get discriminated against, you know, because we're already being called ratchets and all this kind of stuff. And then it could cause us to be discriminated against in all kinds of horrible things. And I really think it's detrimental. I don't know about everybody else, but I really think it's detrimental. It's really detrimental to the whole black female race. And I really, really wish they would stop putting these images out there, you know. Um, I really do. I mean, I really wish they would stop putting it out there. Um, so let me know in the comment section what you think. I think this is a horrible show. This is a horrible, terrible show that they're putting on TV. I can't believe that they're putting it out there. I thought somebody was just joking. Um, this was terrible. And I just pray that they cancel it. Maybe the ratings will be low. Maybe, hopefully, and prayerfully that black women will not support it, and people won't support it, and maybe it'll get canceled. But they really should not be putting a show like this out there. For one thing, first of all, adultery should not be applauded. Side chicks, I mean, come on. I mean, adultery should not be glorified. You should not be glorifying adultery. And why would these women put themselves in that position? The things that people do for money, is horrible. I mean, the things that people do for the love of money. Um, so let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Be nice, be kind. This is Sweet June.